Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we're just doing like sleepover vibes, tarot reading, like we're besties at a sleepover and I'm the weirdo with the tarot cards that I bring every time. I'm thinking I just kind of want to see like what's going on in your life right now. Maybe some stuff that you need to like work through or heal. That's kind of the vibe that I'm going to. This is just going to be like a general reading, what wants to come out for you. I'm going to be using the Divine Feminine Nocturnal tarot cards. This is what the box looks like. I'm obsessed with this deck, by the way. It was super expensive, but completely worth it. It's so pretty. I will say it's not necessarily like beginner friendly, but gorgeous. So originally I was only going to do 3 piles, but when I was shuffling the cards to see what card wanted to represent each group, I got 4 cards. So we're gonna do 4 piles. This is the deck that I'm using for it. It's the Dreamscape Oracle. It matches the Ethereal Visions Tarot, if you're familiar. One of my absolute favorite decks. And so when I saw that they made an Oracle deck as well, I was like, oh my god, I have to buy that. So, group number 1, you're being represented by this card, the Scales. Group number 2 is being represented by Elephant. Group number 3 is Rabbit and Fox. And then group number 4 is the Gate. So go ahead and take a minute to just meditate and figure out which group you feel the most drawn to, and then you can find it in the description below. Alrighty, group number 1, if you chose the Scales, then this is your reading. We're just going to be taking a look at, generally speaking, what is going on in your life right now, what you need to hear. It doesn't matter when you're watching this video. Hopefully this is going to resonate with you in some way. Just remember, take what resonates and leave the rest. If there's messages that are not for you, that don't resonate with you, maybe they're for somebody else. So let's see what is going on for group number 1. What does group number 1 need to hear? First, I am gonna do just kind of like a check-in, and we're gonna see what is specifically going on in your energy to get a better idea if this is the right group for you. Starting off, we've got the 4 of Cups coming out, Page of Wands, the 5 of Wands, Page of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. I feel like there's like one more card that wants to come out. Ha, that flew. 6 of Swords. Yeah, this is definitely the energy that I was kind of getting with this. So, yes. With starting off with this Page of Cups, I feel like this is the one that started giving me messages. I feel like you are in like a limbo period where you're waiting for some sort of romantic connection to show up. Like maybe there's somebody that you've got a crush on, there's somebody that you've been thinking about, and you're just kind of waiting for something to happen, or you're in a relationship and you're waiting for things to progress. You're maybe like in a situationship type vibe where you're waiting for them to text you back, or you're waiting for them to commit more, you're waiting for them to take it to the next level, maybe propose, like whatever fits your situation. There's some sort of waiting going on in love. And I feel like it's causing you to feel really frustrated and a little bit negative in like your psyche. Like I feel like it's kind of like having this sort of like a negative impact on your emotional space right now. I feel like you've also been feeling a little bit like lacking inspiration recently, and like you're wanting to get into something more creative and feel like more connected to your creative side, but you've been struggling lately for some reason. Maybe like with your finances, or like you haven't been able to afford to be as creative as you want, or like maybe like when it comes to your work or your career, you're wanting to be more creative and you're wanting to give into those things, but it's like either in order to make money, you're not able to do that right now. Like you need to do something more practical in order to make money, and like provide for yourself, or like for somebody else if you're needing to provide for somebody else. Or it's just that you don't have the money to do all of the creative things that you're wanting to do right now. Like you have to prioritize other things. Or maybe it has nothing to do with money and you're just like lacking creativity right now, or like feeling like a little like artist block, a little stunted. That is kind of what I'm picking up in your energy. So maybe both of those things resonate with like the love thing and then also the creative thing, or maybe one of them resonates and the other doesn't. But those are the energies that I'm seeing right now. But I do see, like, with the Six of Swords, I feel like you've been struggling a lot in the past, and I feel like you're like slowly getting into a better place and a better energy. Things are feeling like, because like nothing here is in the major arcana. Like, I feel like nothing of this is like super intense or overwhelming. It's just like a little disappointing. I feel like I'm not sensing like a lot of overwhelm. Like, it's not like there's more intense energies either. Like, there's not really there are no, well, the Six of Swords, but like the Six of Swords is arguably one of the most positive swords cards. But like, other than that, there's nothing really coming out like with the swords energy. Like, there's not a lot of anxiety, there's not a lot of overwhelm that I'm really getting from you. It's mainly just like dissatisfaction, especially with the Four of Cups. Like, it's kind of just like bored and waiting and like not really enjoying life, not really getting anything out of it. Like, maybe you're feeling kind of just like uninspired or like confused, just kind of like waiting for life to pick up, and not really sure which direction to go in. And so it feels like a little unsettling for you right now. I think that that is really all I'm getting for like your current energy of where you're at. So if that resonated for you, then this is your pile. So we'll get into some more of, I guess, advice, just to see like what we need or like what's going to come out. So I'm going to start with this deck. I literally have so many decks just sitting in front of me, so I'm not really sure which ones I'm going to use yet, just whichever ones I'm feeling called to. But we'll start with this one. This is Believe in Your Own Magic. I love this deck. I just want to say for the record as well, feeling uninspired and like stuck in your life is one of the worst feelings, because it's like, you know that you're meant to do so much and you know that you're meant to move forward and have these like great expeditions and like life experiences, but it just feels like nothing is happening. That's such an awful energy to be in. I've totally been there before, if not me being there currently. So I totally understand. I'm like, this may end up even being my pile. I mean, with the scales, I'm a Libra, so, you know, could be me. But either way, I relate to that energy, and that's a really sucky energy to be in, so I'm really sorry. Let's see what else wants to come out for you, group number one, from this deck. Got a lot. Okay. This is cute. This is really cute. Okay. So we have Tree, Let Them Go. This could specifically be relating to that love energy where you're feeling kind of like you're just like waiting for this person to reach out to you or like make something happen in this connection, and it's like kind of like the ball is in their court, or like maybe even like waiting on the universe to like bring this person to you, where it would mean like the ball is in the universe's court, but I just don't feel like the ball is in your court. Like, you're like literally just having to sit and wait. But with this energy of like let them go, I feel like that is an important thing for you right now, to not focus so much on what you don't have, but focus on what you do have. I feel like that's always a good place to go when you're feeling really dissatisfied, is to remember the good things that you have in your life and the things that you can be grateful for, even if it's something that's really small. Like, oh, I had like some of my favorite food today, or like the weather was nice, or like I got to do my makeup and I felt really pretty, or I like have my pet or something like that and they gave me a kiss, or like cuddled up next to me or something like that, or like a stuffed animal, or like just something. Like, it doesn't have to be anything super big. It can be like a text message, like your friend texted you and it was nice, or like somebody complimented you at work. But just like take note of the little things that are making you happy, that are making you feel like satisfied with your life, that, because I feel like focusing on these things that you don't have is part of the reason why they haven't come yet, if that makes sense. Like, part of the reason why it's harder for you to get into this better creative space, or get into like this better relationship, or like have this just whatever you're wanting, whatever this manifestation is that you're wanting to come true, I feel like part of the reason is because you're not focused on the good things in your life that you already have and the things that are already making you happy. So I think that you need to kind of like shift your attention, if that makes sense, and focus on something good. And then we have Sword, make the change. I love how she's literally cutting her hair. Like, we all understand that energy where you go through something really hard, you've got to break up and you cut your hair, or you do something crazy with your hair. But I feel like that's honestly kind of a good energy to be in sometimes, to change, because when things get stagnant is when you aren't able to like really live out your purpose and feel happy or feel grounded. So you need to get rid of that stagnant energy, like make a change, clean your room, redecorate. Like, I don't know if you guys have done this, but I've done this so many times where it's like 3 a.m. and I rearrange all my furniture in my room. So like maybe do something like that to just like kind of like the feng shui of it, of just like make a change in your space so that you can allow creativity to flow. Because I also feel like your environment is a huge factor. If you're feeling uninspired, if you're feeling frustrated or stagnant in any sort of way, I feel like your environment is a huge reason for that. So you need to make some sort of change in your immediate environment so that you can feel more safe and more like connected to who you are as a person. And so like that could literally mean like going to the thrift store and getting like having like a $10 budget, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna pick out like a cute decoration for my home that's going to make it feel more me. Like I think you need reminders of who you truly are as a person in your home, in your space around you, like in your bathroom, like write a sticky note on your mirror if you don't want to spend any money, of just like some affirmations or something like that. Like I feel like you need to remember who you are and like remember what makes you amazing, remember what makes you feel happy and joy and feel like comfortable and happy and satisfied, and like those are the things that you need to remember. Because I feel like there's a part of you, like even with her like looking in the mirror, I feel like there's a part of you that has lost sight of who you are, and so you need to make some sort of change that feels more like you on the inside. And then we've got Mourning, the world awaits for you. Yeah, I feel like this is just kind of like, this is very similar to me to the Six of Swords energy of like you're like moving through those tough waters and you're getting through it. And like just remember, tomorrow is a new day. You get to start over tomorrow. You get to make other choices tomorrow. You get to, even if it's the morning and you like this is something that I have been a big believer in the past. Like if somebody is doing like a weight loss and they're dieting or something like that, and they're like, oh crap, like I messed up, like I ate like a cookie or something like that, like you've still got the rest of the day to make better choices. Not that I'm necessarily saying that dieting is good. I'm not really a huge believer in dieting, but that is the kind of energy of like you've still got the rest of the day. Like even if you mess up in the morning, you still have the night, you still have the afternoon, you still have later that morning. Like you don't forget about forgiveness for yourself, and like remembering that like you are not a bad person, you have not messed everything up, you're okay, like everything is going to be okay, everything is going to work out for you. I also like really enjoy that outside of her window is the ocean with all of these fish outside just swimming around. I think that just shows like whimsy and almost like this like childlike adoration for the world. And I feel like that is kind of like an energy that you need to get back into, is just like being like, you know what, like things aren't so bad. I can enjoy life. I can enjoy the little things. I can find like whimsy and like these little moments that like to other people may seem like nothing, but to you can really be significant. For me, I actually probably have it around me somewhere. Here, I found it. This is something that I bought recently because this is the very first Care Bear that I ever had when I was a kid. And this is obviously like the newest version, like she's new. But this is the same one that was the first one I ever had when I was a kid. And I saw her in the store and she was $30 and I was like, oh my god, I need that. Like because it reminds me of when I was a kid, and like when this was something for my inner child, and I feel like you need to feed your inner child right now. You need to remind yourself that like it's okay to have that childlike energy. Like, yeah, I'm 25, and yeah, I own a Care Bear and lots of other stuffed animals. Let's be real. But that's okay. It's okay for you to find ways to make yourself feel safe and make yourself feel more like you. Because this is me. This is me at my core. Like, this is something that makes me happy and makes me smile. And other people may think it's foolish or childish or stupid, but I don't care because it's me. Because I know that that part of me still exists, and I want to honor her and I want to give to her. And so I think that that's something for you to remember as well, that like you can pay attention to yourself and listen to yourself, and you can find happiness within who you are as a person and know that you are good. And maybe even if you're not good, that is okay too, because it's not black and white like that. I think that all people have good and all people have bad, and so you don't need to be caught up in labels like that. Let's move on to my next deck. We're gonna do this one. This is the Healing Waters Oracle. What does group number 1 need to hear right now? Okay. Cosmic Ocean, Current Dreams, Future Realities, New Beginnings. We've got the Sweet Waters, Sensuality, Romance, Enjoyment, Fertility, and Balance. Making Waves, Momentum is Building, It's Your Time, Achievement. And then the Ripple Effect, Part of Something Bigger, Details are Taken Care of. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of reminding you that you don't have to know right now what's going on. You don't have to know how things are going to work out, or like what's going to happen over the next few months, over the next few years. Like, you don't need to know because the details are being taken care of. Like, things are going to work out how they're meant to work out. Whether it be good or bad, it's all for your highest potential and for your highest good. And like, you can grow and learn from any situation. And so there's no reason for you to worry. Like, even with that card before of letting go, I think that's so important for you right now, is to remember that like, you don't have to try so hard to make these things happen. You don't have to try to manifest somebody. Whatever is meant for you is simply going to be for you. So you don't have to keep saying affirmation after affirmation after affirmation of like, okay, this person wants me, this person wants to text me, this person wants to be in my life, I'm making money, I have so much money, I have all of this money, I'm overflowing with abundance. You don't have to do that. You just believe it and let go. I know that sounds so, I'm like saying it like it's easy when it's not at all. I think it's more not about believing that you can have that, but believing that the universe is going to take care of you. Like, I think back like in my own life when I was 9, I think, we literally so poor. I think my dad was unemployed for like 18 months. At this point, we had literally $40 to our name. I had no idea. We have $40 to our name. Our house was foreclosed. Like, we were being kicked out of our house. We had to go and like move in with some of our friends, like family friends, and literally like move states. Like, we moved like 10 hours from where I lived originally, to go and stay with these family friends for a few months while my dad tried to find a new job in this new state. Literally $40 to our name, and my dad used that $40 to buy us breakfast at McDonald's. And so it's like, because he knew that he was going to be taken care of. He knew, and like my parents are very Christian, and like I grew up very religiously, but my dad like had faith in God that he was going to be taken care of, and so he was. Like, he knew that everything was going to be fine, and it was. Like, I'm here now, like my dad has a job and like is able to support himself financially, and my mom financially, me financially sometimes, because I do be struggling, and I'm very blessed and I'm very grateful, and I feel like I have like my dad's faith to sort of like give that credit to, because he taught me that day that like, hey, you can trust in the divine, and the divine is going to provide for you. And so I feel like that's kind of like the same thing for you. Like, you don't have to like work so hard to try to convince yourself that something is going to happen, because it's just going to, like, obviously, I don't know, manifestation is really tricky, because I feel like there's so many different ways that people try to go about it and like say how you're supposed to do manifestation, but like the bottom line is whatever is meant for you is what you're going to be getting. And like, you can have resistance to it and kind of like push it away or prolong it by your resistance. The main focus here is to just believe that it's going to happen. Maybe that is like the only affirmation that you need to say. I believe that the universe is going to take care of me, or whatever deity you may work with or God that you may worship or believe in. I believe that they are going to take care of me. Like, your spirit guides, your ancestors, whatever it may be for you, to fill in the blank of some like higher, like even your higher self, some higher power, as they would say in like AA meetings and stuff. But sorry, I have my pillow of tarot cards in my lap and I'm readjusting. But whatever that higher power may be for you, fill in the blank. I believe that this higher power is going to take care of me, and like, things are going to happen for me how they're meant to happen. But yes, details are being taken care of. Whatever higher power that you believe in, just believe them that they're going to take care of you, that they're going to make things happen. Because even with this card, momentum, sorry, I can't read I can't read it in the camera. Momentum is building. It's your time. Achievement. Like, things are happening behind the scenes, even if you don't see it, even if you don't know it. You are being worked on right now. You are being taught things right now. Even if things seem slow, even if it seems like there's no momentum, there is momentum. Things are happening for you. With this Sweet Waters card coming out, literally talking about romance and sensuality, like, you are manifesting a relationship. You are manifesting that higher up from whatever you have right now, whether it be as simple as like finding a person that you are interested in, or a marriage proposal, or like whatever it may be for you. Whatever that thing is that you're waiting for, I really am like, you're going to get this. Don't worry. Even if it's not from the person that you think. Like, that's part of letting go as well, is being like, okay, maybe it's not the person that I think it's going to be, and that's okay. Because this person may not be meant for me. Somebody else may be, and maybe so much better than this person ever would be. And just trusting that like, whatever is meant for you is what you're going to get. That's really how it is. Trust your inner compass with the mist. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Know that you are smart and capable of figuring things out and of like understanding. Like, please take some time to meditate. Like, put on that higher frequency music, lay down in your bed, make your bed and lay down on top of it with like a cozy blanket, like pillows and stuff like that. Be all comfy and cozy, and just like sit there and meditate and allow your body and your mind and your energy and your like nervous system to just calm down and like just like flow. Like, I feel like I'm almost like feeling like you're kind of blocked. Like, you just need to allow yourself to flow, allow the energy to flow, allow your body to just like heal and like not feel so like tight and closed, and like just like, whew, take some deep breaths. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is working out for you. There's really no reason to stress. Yeah, this card, the Cosmic Ocean, current dreams, future realities, new beginnings. Like, I just feel like it's all gonna work out. The future is gonna work out. Your dreams are going to work out. The things that you want, the things that you don't even know that you want, are going to work out. Like, it's literally like, everything is gonna be okay. Just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Have some new beginnings, make some changes in your life. Like, everything is gonna be okay. You are going to be fine. I promise you, you're going to be fine. Like, just literally be like, okay, 5 years from now, am I even gonna be worried about this thing? Like, honestly, ask yourself. Like, the things, how old was I 5 years ago? 20? The things that I worried about, I don't know what I was worrying about 5 years ago. I really don't. I have no idea. Do you know what you were worrying about 5 years ago? Maybe you do. 'Cause sometimes you do. Like, I know what I was worrying about when I was 17. When I was 17, I had some issues. So maybe you do know what you were worrying about 5 years ago. But everything is gonna be okay, I promise. Even if it's 10 years that you're not stressing about whatever it is anymore. Anyway, this next deck that we're going to be using is Cards Against Anxiety. If you don't have this, buy this, because this is literally so helpful. Like, if you were having a panic attack, if you were feeling anxious at all, if you struggle with anxiety, buy this. I think it's like $18. My therapist recommended it to me. I love her for it. It's so good. So let's shuffle through. Let's see, what do you need to do for your anxiety? Got a lot that came out. So we've got Puppy, Train Your Mind. This one says, an unfocused mind is often an anxious one. For 1 minute, train your brain to focus on a simple action, such as eating a single square of chocolate. Immerse yourself in your senses and let everything else pass you by. That's a really good grounding technique. That's something that I have personally done in the past when I'm experiencing anxiety, as I will carry around peppermints in my bag. And so if I start to feel anxious or overwhelmed, I chew or like suck on the peppermint, because it like calms down your body and helps it focus on something else and like grounds you, especially if you're prone to dissociation, which I am. Like, it helps ground you. Then we've got List It, over and over and over. This one says, when you are overwhelmed, a to-do list can help you find clarity. Include everything, big and small. Strike through the unimportant, then tackle the simplest task first. A quick win can restore your sense of control. And we've got Fake It. Cheat your way to chill out. First, imagine how calm you would like to feel and then act it out. Smile, breathe deep, stand and walk tall. After 10 minutes, check out how the real you feels. Hold on, I need to hold these up just in case you need to read them. Like, pause and read. I forgot to do that, because I'm like, sometimes my brain does not process when somebody is reading me something and I need to read it myself. Focus. There we go. Okay, then we've got Find Your Happy Place. This one says, go somewhere you won't be interrupted. Imagine a place where you feel happy, grounded, warm, and looked after. Picture it with as much detail as possible. And then stand up straight. Plant your feet on the floor, straighten your back from the tailbone upward, breathe deeply and let your shoulders relax. So yeah, so those are some tips for you. Just whenever you're feeling anxious, those are some tips for you to help ground yourself and like come back to reality. So that is all that I have got for you today, group number 1. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye. Hello, group number 2. If you chose the elephant, then this reading is for you. Let's go ahead and see what is going on with you currently. So I'm going to be using this deck, the Divine Feminine Nocturnal Tarot, to just kind of get like a general check-in with you to see if this is the right pile for you, so you can know, oh, this is for me, based on whatever comes out in this beginning. So this is just like an energy check-in to see kind of what's going on with you right now. What is going on with group number 2? Bro, are you okay? My head just started hurting so bad. I'm like, do you get like lightheaded a lot, or like feel kind of like foggy in the brain? It could just be me, because I do that a lot, and so I'm just like feeling lightheaded for no reason. Or maybe there's a reason, but if you are too, I'm like, maybe you haven't been feeling good lately and you've been feeling kind of like off. Because I'm like, as soon as I started asking about the pile, like, oh, like, what's going on with group number 2 right now, I immediately started to feel lightheaded. And so I'm like, are you good? Let's see, I could just be feeling lightheaded, so just, if that doesn't resonate, then ignore me. What is going on with group number 2 right now? Ace of Cups. Had a lot of cards come out. Strength. The 4 of Pentacles. 2 of Cups. 5 of Wands. King of Wands. And Knight of Swords. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty good energy. Okay. I'm like trying to arrange these how I feel like they're wanting to come through. If you felt drawn to group number 1, you may want to watch that one too, because I got the 5 of Wands in that group as well. And I literally Lord, okay. I literally cannot figure out why this card is here, other than the fact that I feel like it's to tell me that if you felt drawn to group number 1 as well, then you should watch that too. But if you didn't, then obviously you don't have to. That's just like extra confirmation if you're like, I don't know what to do, I feel drawn to 2 piles. But yeah, I don't know, maybe it'll have some significance in a minute, but I'm gonna start with these other energies in front of me and be like, okay, what are you here for? So, first of all, I'm feeling like Strength and the 4 of Pentacles are kind of wanting to be together right now. I feel like you have been closed off to something lately, or not closed, maybe closed off, but kind of like holding on a little too tightly to something. Like, I feel like you're putting a little bit too much into something. Like, you're like, this has to happen or I'm gonna freak out. And I feel like the Strength is coming out to be like, hey, have some patience. Maybe be patient in this. Maybe trust that everything is gonna work out, because I feel like you're like, this has to happen. This has to work out. This has to be okay. I have to have whatever this may be. To me, it feels like a relationship. I feel like there is a specific person that you were like, I cannot stop thinking about them. I like them so much. I'm so into them. Or like, maybe you are like into all of the twin flame stuff and you're kind of like hung up on somebody, like, they're my twin flame, they have to be my twin flame, I don't know what I'm gonna do if they're not my twin flame. Ground yourself a little bit. It's okay. You're like clenching onto this. Like, this has to work out for me. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes things don't happen the way you expect it to. Oftentimes, things don't happen the way you expect it to. And so I feel like you need to kind of relax a little bit. Do some stuff for you. I feel like you may have lost sight recently of who you are as a person, because this is really, like, literally even the stuff that I'm saying feels really similar to group number 1 as well. But yeah, I feel like you have kind of lost an element of yourself lately. And I don't think it even necessarily has to be something that's like intense. I like think of myself, for example, like I always know that I am becoming too obsessed with something when I'm not reading. Because whenever I'm feeling good, whenever I'm in my energy and I'm connected to myself and I'm like taking time for myself and like happy, I'm reading a book. I'm reading something. But it's like pleasure reading as well. It's not like self-help books or stuff like that. Like I'm like reading for pleasure. That's how I know. That is like my check-in with myself. I know I am doing well and I am thriving in life if I'm taking the time to read a book. So whatever that may be for you to fill in the blank, try to figure out what that check-in is with you. Like, have you been doing something that you really love lately? Have you been taking care of yourself? Maybe it's baking, maybe it's walking, like going for walks or something. Maybe it's like spending time with a pet. Maybe it's playing video games. Whatever it may be for you that like is something that you do to feel grounded, or not even feel grounded, just to feel happy. Something that like brings you joy and happiness and like makes you feel yourself, that you do like simply for pleasure. Go and do that thing, because I feel like maybe you haven't been doing that lately because you've been really hung up on this thing. Because even like with these cards coming out, like the Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups, oh my god, my soulmate, my twin flame, like I love them so much. I feel like you are like really hung up on that, and like I don't like, it's not even feeling like the type of thing where I'm like, hey, like I hate to break it to you, but like this isn't gonna happen for you. Like that's not what I'm getting, because I'm like, I don't feel like it's wrong for you to be focused on this person or like have feelings for this person. Like it's okay for you to hold space for that and to like allow yourself to enjoy it and like feel happy and feel like connected to somebody else, but don't forget about yourself in the process. Like I feel like it's almost like you're like putting this person on a pedestal, or like what's gonna happen with this person on a pedestal. Are they gonna text me? Are they gonna respond? Are they gonna like reach out? Am I gonna bump into them? Like, are they gonna be there? Are they gonna go at this, like my friend invited me to a party, are they gonna be at the party? Like I feel like you're just putting too much pressure on it, and like you're like holding so tightly onto the outcome that you're forgetting about the journey. And so I feel like you need to remember to take the time for yourself, to enjoy yourself, to enjoy life, to like look at the simple things. Like don't have so much hope riding on the outcome and the future, or like what's gonna happen with this person. Like, are you happy? Are you satisfied with your life? Like, are you enjoying every day to the fullest? Are you happy in your career? Are you happy with what you're doing in your job? Are you happy with what you're doing at home? Are you happy with your space that you live in? Like, are you enjoying things? Like, don't forget about joy and pleasure and happiness. Like, those things are really important as well. Okay, that's all I'm getting for the check-in. So if you resonate with that, we know this is your group. So let's go ahead and continue on, do the oracle decks and kind of see some more of what's going on. Okay, I'm going to do this deck. This is Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle. I love this deck. Sorry, I felt like I was gonna sneeze. I probably look so silly just now, like looking up. Okay. And what does group number 2 need to know? Aw, that's cute. I love it when the oracle cards just validate exactly what I've been saying. Okay. I love this. Okay, So first, we got Spaceship. Don't be afraid to sing. Did my dog just bark? I thought he was in this room. Charlie, are you in here? Yeah, you in here. Maybe I just like echoed when I spoke just now. Anyway, don't be afraid to sing. This is the one that I was like, oh, that's cute, because I'm like, I feel like this is like whether it be like literally singing, I feel like it's like about speaking your truth as well and being true to yourself, because number one, singing is a very pleasurable thing to do. Like, it is very enjoyable to like be by yourself and just belting out a song and like giving it your all, whether or not you sound like shit. Like, that is a very fun thing to do. That is like a inner child healing sort of thing to do, to just like sing at the top of your lungs and not care about what anybody thinks. Like, whether or not you're good, whether or not you're bad, like to just not care and to just sing your heart out. Like, I feel like that is such a beautiful energy. But I feel like it is also about, like, that specific card, I feel like is also being about, like, you need to be true to yourself. You need to connect with who you are as a person and, like, realize, like, hey, I have a beautiful thing about me. Like, there is something beautiful about me and my energy that I have, that I get to share with others. Because I also am, like specifically lately, I have been like really into looking at like I've been watching these videos. Like, I used to be really into BTS, and with the member Jimin in BTS, I have been watching his videos that he does, like behind the scenes sort of stuff of like his creative process of writing his 2 solo albums. And so I've been watching that lately, and it's just been so beautiful and inspiring to watch just like this creative process of somebody who like has a message in their own hearts that they want to share with everybody else, and they're just able to do that and like articulate it and like speak their truth and speak of just like what is going on in their heart. Like, I just think that that is so beautiful. Like, I think that music is so beautiful to like be able to share your truest self with somebody else. And so I feel like that is kind of like the calling for you as well, is to like figure out like, who are you? Like, what is the thing that makes you happy? What is the thing that makes your soul smile? And like, just like sing. Like, what makes your soul sing? And like, share that with other people. Like, don't keep it to yourself anymore, because I feel like you've been keeping it to yourself and maybe you don't even know what it is. Like, maybe it's like so buried deep within that you don't even know what that thing is that makes your soul sing. So figure that out. Take some time. Like, meditate and like figure that out. Figure out what makes you so happy and like makes you feel like who you are as a person. So there were these 2 cards that I was like, literally the tarot cards are just, or like these oracle cards are literally just like confirming everything that I just said. So we have Potion, remember to practice self-love. And then Nostalgia, focus on the here and now. And so I'm like, that's literally what I was just talking about, of like even before I went into the spiel with this, of like, remember to think about who you are as a person and love yourself. Figure out how you can do self-care of like what makes you happy, for like just like the most basic thing of like what gives you pleasure in life. Like, for me, reading a book. Like, what is that for you? What is it within you that you do that like it's not for anybody else? It's not for like for you to make money. It's not for you to like show off in any sort of way. It can even be something that you do in private. Like, but like, what is that thing that just like makes you happy, that you just enjoy? Figure out what that is and have fun with it. I feel like with the Nostalgia card as well, like this is also kind of like, hey, maybe go spend some time with your friends. Like, maybe go, like, if you haven't talked to them in a while, go send them a text. Be like, hey, how you doing? What's up? Like, just kind of like go and like get coffee or something. Like even if like you both have like busy schedules, like find a way to like make it happen. Or like even if you're in a situation where you're like, oh, like I don't really have any friends right now, like get on like Bumble Friends and like go have like set up like a coffee date with a friend or something like that, and like make it happen for yourself. Like there are ways for you to make friends. There are ways for you to connect with people. Even if it's like an old friend, like, oh, like I keep seeing like one of my old friends on Facebook. Like they keep popping up or something, or I keep seeing like their posts and stuff like that, or on Instagram. And they're like, you know what? Like I'm just gonna message them and say like, hey, I've been thinking about you. Like, how have you been? Like, let's get coffee or something like that. Like just find ways that you can connect with other people around you. And then I got Evil Queen, You Deserve Sugar, Not Salt. I feel like this card is a reminder that you are a balanced person. Like you are able to operate from multiple energies. Like you are able to radiate a good energy, and you're also able to represent or like to radiate a bad energy. And like both can exist at the same time, and both can be okay. Like you do not have to be a completely good person. You're allowed to make mistakes, you're allowed to mess up, you're allowed to be a little mean sometimes, you're allowed to be a little bitchy. Like it's okay. The world moves on. It's no big deal. Everybody does it. Like everybody has their bad days, their bad moments. It's also okay for you to go or like to come from like a darker energy within yourself and like hold space for that part of yourself that like maybe is a little mean, or like maybe is a little angry and like has rage. Like it's okay for you to hold space for those parts of yourself and honor them, and like bring them to the surface sometimes, and like be okay with that, because negative emotions are still okay emotions. It's just society that has taught us differently. And so I feel like this is also a call for you to be okay with, like, if you're upset, if you're angry about the fact that, like, going back to the beginning of this reading for you, of like this thing that you're wanting so badly, like this relationship that you're trying to manifest, if you're angry that it is not here in the present and that makes you frustrated, feel that frustration, feel that rage, allow that to exist, allow that to be, hold space for it, and then let it go. But don't push it to the surface, or don't push it down. Don't pretend like it's not there. Don't pretend like you don't have that within you, because you do. It's okay for you to be annoyed. It's okay for you to be irritated and frustrated and like angry. Those are okay emotions to have. Do not suppress them, because you deserve sugar, not salt. Because part of experiencing that sugar, experiencing that like goodness that life has to offer, is being able to feel and express the darker parts of yourself so that they can be free. Because keeping it buried within you is only going to keep you stuck. Like you need to free that. You need to let it go. You need to get it out and feel it, so that because I feel like when you keep it stuffed down, that's when you're holding on really tight. That's when you're resisting. That's when you're keeping it from manifesting. So you need to let it go. You need to allow it to be, allow it to happen, allow yourself to feel your, like, all the range of the emotions that you have. You need to allow yourself to feel them, and like understand that it's okay and good, and like hold space for yourself and do it in a safe way. Please do not like like, oh, I've got work in an hour, let me go ahead and do this. Like, find a safe space to do it, whether that be like with a trusted friend, a safe person, like a parent that you trust, a therapist, your notes app on your phone, whatever that may be for you, where you can feel safe, where you can be authentic, where you can be vulnerable. Do that. And like ground yourself. And I have a deck that we're going to get into later that is going to kind of help with that as well, and help with any anxieties that may come up for you. So we'll get into that. But next I'm going to do, I've got like the lid off, but it's the Healing Waters Oracle. So let's see what else is wanting to come out for you, group number 2. Okay. So we've got gentle force, consistency, persistence, patience, the long game. I feel like this is literally just like, hey, you need to be patient as you continue moving forward with like this energy of wanting to manifest this relationship. Like, please don't forget to be patient. Like, that is a huge thing, because it's not going to happen when you want it to happen. It's not going to happen how you expect. Like, the universe likes to mess with you. I'm sorry. It's not going to be what you want always. And usually that's because what actually is going to happen is going to be way better than what you want. Because I feel like a lot of times people don't know what they're capable of having so you need to let go. Be patient, because the universe wants to give you like amazing things. So, beneath the surface, what's really driving you, true motives, breaking free. I feel like this is also about like coming back into yourself, of like your inner child, of like the things that need healing within you, the things that drive you and make you happy. Because even like when it says breaking free, I literally can only hear the song from High School Musical. And like, I'm just thinking of like, what a simple time that was, just like watching High School Musical. Like, maybe you need to go and watch like a childhood favorite movie. Then we've got the rainbow, sweet relief, new beginnings, a new way forward. Yeah, I really just feel like things are gonna work out for you. Like, I don't feel like you have any reason to worry or like feel anxious about the future. Like, everything is gonna be okay. Clear waters, clear vision, confirmation, right timing, opportunity. Yeah, because like even with it saying right timing, I'm like, the right timing isn't always the timing that we want. Like, our clock is different from the universe's clock, because time doesn't really exist anyway, you know? So like, then we've got the ripple effect, part of something bigger, details are taken care of. Yeah, I really am just like, there's no reason for you to stress about this, because it's all gonna work out. It's really all gonna be okay. Okay, last but not least, we're going to get into this deck. This is Cards Against Anxiety. This is a deck that was recommended to me by my therapist. It literally is basically just a bunch of ways that you can feel relief from anxiety and stress. It's just like, and like, it has this book as well that comes with it that's literally just like all of these different ways that you can like coping techniques to help with anxiety is what it is. Ooh. So we will get into this and see what are some specific techniques that may help you when you're feeling anxious. What are some good techniques for group number 2 to help when they're feeling anxious? Okay. So we've got write without thinking, Pushing feelings away can make them come back even stronger. When you are in wobbly mode, try simply allowing the feelings to be there. When we stop rejecting our feelings, they get easier to live with. I'm actually going to find this one in the book because I feel like, it goes more in depth in the book for each card, and so I feel like this one, yeah, I need to do the full thing. Fighting anxiety is like eating Jell-O with chopsticks. You can try as hard as you like, but you never get a satisfactory result. So stop trying. It's time to get a brave heart no longer. It's time to be a brave heart no longer. Give in, give way, and give ground. Tip: acknowledging and accepting our emotions is way healthier than ignoring them. But we have to be patient and kind to ourselves in order to manage this. So step 1, I am feeling. If there are big emotions bubbling up, take note. What are you feeling? Sad, worried, angry? Step 2, because. Take a moment to register what is causing those feelings. This is not the time to go all Judge Judy on yourself. Just notice the trigger if you can. Step 3, it's okay to have feelings. Acknowledge that it's okay to feel the way you feel. Remind yourself that you won't always feel this way. You can let the feeling be. Then step 4, be kind to yourself. Consider what you need right now. If you can, let yourself experience these difficult things without fear of your own harsh judgment. Sometimes the biggest kindness is to give yourself a little space and time to cry or rage. Hint: trying to ignore or block off emotion will often do more harm than good. Sometimes we just need to stop and accept our feelings, either because they are appropriate, or because it's hard to change them, or because it's important that we process them. So I'm going to show you this page. I'm like, all of this writing is probably really tiny, but if you can, I'll do some like close-ups. Is it even focused? Hello? There we go. So we can pause. Then this is what the card said. Next we've got countdown from 5. This one says, what are 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can smell, 2 things you can touch, and then take 1 big deep breath. This is a really good grounding technique that I've done so many times when I'm having a really hard time. I tend to dissociate, and so grounding techniques are really helpful, and this is one of the most grounding techniques in my opinion. This is actually something that my therapist taught me last time that I saw her, of like kind of taking this a step further, is to see something in the room and like feel how it feels to see that thing, like feel it in your body. And so the example that she gave was like a candle. And so like when you like touch a candle or like hold the candle, like you feel the warmth of it, you feel the heat, you feel like the glass that may be around the wax of the candle, or like the container that it's in, that's usually glass, or like, yeah, of just like what it feels to like physically hold or touch this candle. But it feels different when you're looking at it and just like figuring out in your body what you're feeling as you're looking at the candle. And so it could be like, I feel like warm and cozy, and like I feel like safe looking at this candle, or like it reminds me of this, or like the smell of the candle, the scent that it has reminds me of this, and I feel that in my body when I'm looking at this candle. And like that's another really great grounding technique of like finding something in the room that you can latch onto and like figure out how you're feeling in the moment while you're looking at that thing. And that's going to help you also feel a little bit more grounded. I hope that I relate that well. I hope she's proud of me. The last one is find your happy place. Go somewhere you won't be interrupted. Imagine a place where you feel happy, grounded, warm, and looked after. Picture it with as much detail as possible. So, that is all that I have for you, group number 2. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hello, group number 3. This is your reading if you chose this card, Rabbit and Fox. That's what it says, right? Yeah, Rabbit and Fox. Okay, so first we're gonna do kind of just like an energy check-in and see if you were resonating with that. And if you are, then this is likely gonna be a message for you. So let's just kind of go ahead and see what is going on with group number 3 right now. Sorry, I just ate some chocolate. It's kind of like stuck in my teeth a little bit. Okay, let's see if this card comes back out later. Okay, what is going on right now with group number 3? What does group number 3 need to hear? Or just what's going on in their life? 5 of Wands. This card has come out in every single group so far. Group 1, group 2, and now group 3. We've got the 5 of Wands. Like, I have to tell you as well, if you resonated with group 2 or 3, that you can, or 1 or 2, that you can go back and watch those videos, or those readings as well. I mean, I guess. What is going on right now with group number 3? I'm like, hello, why are no cards coming out? I got the 7 of Pentacles in reversed. I usually don't read reversals, but my entire deck is upright. Like, I have the entire thing all facing the same way because it, like, bothers me when they're not. So, like, when they come out reversed, I'm like, it's probably meant to be reversed because my cards don't usually come out reversed. But we've also got the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Wands. Three of Pentacles. This energy is weird to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea what's going on right now. Can I get some clarification on why the 5 of Wands is here? Thanks. The Hanged Man. Why is the 7 of Pentacles in reverse here? The Emperor? Okay, so this is a very specific thing that I'm getting so far. I'll keep shuffling if I need to. But with the 7 of Pentacles in reverse being clarified by the Emperor, I'm like automatically being like, okay, I feel like you've got like a manager or a boss or something at work, or a man at work, some sort of masculine energy, even if it's a woman, or non-binary. Why am I saying it? Even if they are a woman or non-binary, they may have like a more masculine vibe or energy. You know, you'll know who I'm talking about if this message is for you. But I feel like they have been holding you back some way, like in some way at work. Like, I feel like there is something, like maybe like you were supposed to be promoted in some sort of way and you were not, or you were and like, if this doesn't resonate with you so far, please don't click off yet, because this is a very specific message and it may not resonate with everybody. But yeah, I'm feeling like there's something that happened at work where you were taken advantage of in some sort of way by a man, or like somebody in a position of authority over you. It could have even been in like a harassment sort of way, that like you were harassed at work, or somebody like was making fun of you or teasing you, or like cheated you out on something, or like just something where somebody else benefited and you did not at work, is what I'm kind of getting from that energy. That literally feels so separate from all of the other cards. Like, this is just really weird and specific energy. Because I'm like, I don't feel like that specific message resonates with any of the other cards that I have laid out here. So, sorry, I've got a pillow on my lap that I have all of the cards on, and I'm readjusting. So let's keep shuffling. With this Five of Wands being clarified, no, okay, I'm gonna pull out clarifications for the rest of them and then go with that. So why is the Ten of Cups here? The Page of Cups. The Ace of Cups came out as well, and so I'm pretty sure that this is also to further clarify the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups is being clarified by the Ace and Page of Cups. And then why is the Nine of Wands here? The Moon. And then why is the Three of Pentacles here? Is this one or is it this one? I feel like it's this card, the Eight of Cups. I'm still confused. This is such bizarre energy because I just feel like there's like nothing matches. So I'm just gonna start talking and we'll see what happens. So first I'm gravitating towards the Three of Pentacles being clarified by the Eight of Cups. I feel like this is like some sort of energy where you were working really hard for something and like trying to build up. You're working really hard for something and trying to like make it happen, make it become a reality, kind of like ground this thing, and then it didn't work out for some reason. I feel like it was kind of like an unexpected rejection that like really hurt and was frustrating. I feel like it was kind of like you were being considered, or not even that you're being considered, because I feel like it was something that you were specifically doing by yourself, or like a project that you were specifically working on by yourself, or like maybe like a group collaboration. But I feel like it was something that you specifically had a hand in and that you were working on, and then it was like, and like you were really proud of it and was like, oh, I feel like I'm doing so well, even if it's not like a project, but it's just like the energy of like at work you were feeling like, oh, I'm doing good, like I'm like being successful, I'm following the protocol, I'm like doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like you're feeling grounded at work, you're feeling good about work, feeling like you're doing a good job. And then it was just like unexpectedly they're like, no, nah. And you're like, huh? Literally, why? I feel like with the Five of Wands being clarified by the Hanged Man, I feel like that is you feeling like just so conflicted internally and being like, literally, what the fuck? Like, why is this happening? Why am I being treated like this suddenly? Like, it almost feels like a 180, like, kind of shift. Like, I feel like you were also confused. Like, this situation at hand, I feel like is also really confusing to you. And you're like, literally, why did this happen? Like, why am I being treated like this suddenly? Because it feels like almost like somebody was being fake with you, and then it's like all of a sudden, or like they were being so kind to you, and then all of a sudden you find out that they're being fake the entire time and like just being dishonest with you. This doesn't even have to be at work. This could just be like a general sort of situation where something happened where you felt like things were good, and then it turns out they're not. And it was really unexpected and really surprising to you that like all of a sudden things are not fine. I feel like even with this 10 of Cups being clarified by the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups, like I feel like you were so happy and overjoyed. You were like, this is it for me. This is like, I finally found it. I worked so hard for this. It could even be like a romantic situation where like you're like, I manifested this person. I worked so hard for this person. Like they check all of the boxes. Everything is good. Everything is right. I'm feeling so happy. And then it was like, actually, this person isn't as emotionally mature as I thought they were. This person is not as like safe as I thought they were. This person is not who I thought that they were. Like I'm feeling a lot of like confliction and like just confusion from you of like literally what is happening. Because it's not even like yes, somebody may have played you dirty, but I'm like not even necessarily getting that. Like it's like almost like you're just confused of like this just can't be what it seems. Like I feel really screwed over, but there's no way that this is actually real, because this is just like so different and opposite of what I thought was the reality. Like I feel like it's like you've been completely flipped upside down, as the Hangman represents. Like I feel like you're just really confused. And even with the moon being there, of like the moon being about mystery, like I feel like you're just like literally so flat out confused in whatever situation this may be, that like it just was weird and just not at all what you were expecting to happen. Let me see if anything else wants to come out about what is going on with group number 3. Just for further clarification, because I'm nosy and I want to know more about what's going on, because this is weird. What is going on with group number 3? Can you give me anything else? Maybe, please. Just a little bit. No, they don't want to give me anything else. So move on to the oracles. Okay, so first, you know what? I think I'm gonna do this deck first. I haven't done this deck with any of the other piles, but I just feel like this one can work for you. This is the Dream Decoder Oracle. I just feel like this could be a good one because I'm confused. So let's figure out what's going on. Okay, what is going on with group number 3? Bro, that was so much. I don't know if you heard that. My dog is asleep and he just started barking in his sleep. That also really scared me. Is there anything else that wants to come out for group number 3? Bro, why are there so many cards coming out at once? Okay, we'll take this one. Sorry. I could hear my brother like right outside on the other side of the wall, so I was just waiting for him to walk through. I feel like this is really weird energy. Like, I feel like you are like really freaked out and anxious about whatever is going on right now. Like, there's some stanky ass cards that just tried to come out, and I was like, I'm not messing with that energy right now. Like, we are not doing that. Like, I'm like, are you good? Like, I feel like this is like completely like mess with your sense of safety. Like, I feel like you're like doubting yourself and like feeling confused and being like, what is going on? Like, I literally am just like, I feel like you were not good. So this is the first card we got. It's being unprepared, which I think is funny, not gonna lie. So being unprepared for an exam or important event or taking and failing a test suggests you aren't meeting the standards you've set for yourself. It may appear in the dream that you're being judged by teachers, instructors, or interviewers, but in reality, it's you who are judging yourself harshly. You may lack self-esteem as well as being worried that you were falling short of others' expectations. Your dreaming mind wants you to feel more confident and live life on your own terms. It's prompting you to focus more on your strengths than your weaknesses. If of course, the dream corresponds literally with a real-life situation, it's simply reflecting your anxiety about being ill-prepared. Sometimes a dream will take an episode from your past, such as school days or college, and use it to address your current situation. Don't imagine it simply a case of old worries resurfacing. So if you do want to pause and read, can you focus? Hello? If you want to pause and read, I'm gonna see if I can move it closer and it'll stay in focus. But yeah. So yeah, I feel like you are judging yourself for whatever happened. Like, because I feel like you were rejected in some sort of way. And I feel like you're just taking it really hard and feeling like really caught off guard and really frustrated and very like confused. Like, you thought that things were good, you thought that things were moving forward for you, that you had made so much progress, and the reality is that you have made so much progress. Like, this, I feel like whatever happened that set you back is literally just because whatever that thing was just not meant for you. Like, I feel like the universe was protecting you from something that you never could have imagined would have happened had that opportunity actually come into fruition. Because I'm like, if it's something at work, like maybe something would have happened where like you would have ended up being fired or you would have gotten in trouble for something. Like, if that would have happened, like something way down the line. Like, I don't even know, because it could have been literally anything. Or like, if you were manifesting like a relationship with somebody, or like you were in a relationship with somebody or a situationship with somebody, you were really excited about it, and then you find out like, oh, this person's in a relationship, great. Or like, oh, like, I don't know, just whatever could have happened. Like, oh, this person is just not who I thought they were, the situation is not what I thought it was. It could even have you like doubting yourself or doubting your intuition, doubting like, can you really trust yourself? Can you trust the environment that you're in, the world around you? Like, I feel like it's having you question your safety. It's having you question yourself, question others. Like, that is such a sucky place to be in. I've definitely been there before, and I'm so sorry that you're feeling that right now. I know that that's hard. Like, I'm like, I know that that's hard to doubt yourself and doubt a situation. The next one is Apocalypse. So this one says, contrary to what you might expect, a dream of the world ending is typically an exciting and positive sign, because brave new beginnings always follow. Okay, first of all, that's so great, because I feel like this situation that happened almost feels like your world is ending. Of like, your sense of reality, your sense of comfort and safety has ended. And it feels like that. Like, it feels like your world is ending right now. And so I'm like, I feel like that's actually really great to know that, like, hey, this is actually a really positive thing that this happened, because something like a new beginning will always follow an ending. Apocalypse scenarios suggest that dramatic physical and or emotional changes are taking place in your life, or that they are urgently needed for you to reach your full potential. Courage will be called upon to live through these changes, but it will be well worth the effort, as the outcome could be thrilling. You'll feel more fulfilled and more alive as a result, but to get to that awakened state, your world as you currently experience it must be dismantled in some way. Even if the dream appears fearful and mood, it will not usually be pointing to something you must avoid, only to the importance of letting go of the familiar and being strong enough to strike out in new directions. I really wish it would focus. There we go. So yeah, if you want to pause and read that. I think that that's great. Like, I really, and like, that was said so eloquently. I feel like everything is gonna be okay. Like, this was truly meant to happen. Like, you were supposed, like, I feel like you couldn't even be able to prepare or know about what would have gone wrong had you gotten what you were wanting. Like, I feel like it would have gone so badly, and there's no way that we could even know that. I don't think you even want to know, like, what would have happened had you actually had that opportunity. Like, I feel like it's such a blessing in disguise that this didn't work out for you. So that being said, I'm gonna go to the next deck. This one is, where did I put the lid? The lid. Reminds me of SpongeBob. This is my Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. Are you awake? Hello. Good morning. It's 1 a.m. That was my dog. He just woke up from his little daydreaming. He's so cute. Okay. Anyway. Believe in your own magic. Sorry. Okay, I just opened the deck to this one, and I'm like, I want to show you this. This is Raindrops. Take a chance on them. I feel like this is, because raindrops are seen as negative. Raindrops are seen as bad. It's like, who wants to be caught in the rain? Like, that's such an inconvenience. It's so annoying. Like, but like, it kind of reminds me of like the Singing in the Rain sort of thing, of just like taking that moment and just enjoying it anyway and finding something good in what everybody else deems negative. Because I feel like right now is a really hard time. I even split the deck again to this one, which is confidence. It comes with time and practice. Like, I feel like it's hard for you to feel confident right now. It's hard for you to feel good about yourself. It's hard for you to feel like safe in this situation. But it's like with being like caught in the rain, it's like making something good out of something that's bad. Because it's like, yeah, rain is really annoying, but it also like helps the flowers grow. Like, it helps like the earth. Like we need rain in order for the sun to shine again, in order for there to be a rainbow. Like once the rain is gone, that's when the rainbow happens. Man, all of these cards just flew out. I'm not gonna take those, that was a lot. But yeah, like I feel like this is like a call for you to figure out, why are you coughing, baby? Are you okay? He is such a little grandpa. He's 11. He's so old. He's like, I'm trying to take a nap and this woman is over here talking. But yeah, I think that you need to find ways to remain positive. I've got this card coming out, Castle. It's time for healing, not war. I feel like that may be, like right now, I feel like maybe you're wanting to kind of rage and feel frustrated and like just be angry. I'm like, yeah, there, like hold space for that. Hold space for your negative emotions, but also remember to hold space for your positive emotions, because you need both to feel safe. Because you need to let go of the angry emotions and feel them so that you can let go and be free of that angry emotion. And then you need the positive emotions to feel grounded and to feel safe and secure. And so remember as well with a castle that you can build it up yourself. Like literally, like you can place every single brick of that castle yourself and build it back up. I think the 3 of Pentacles came out before. That may have been another reading though. That may have been group 2. But either way, I'm recalling it right now, the 3 of Pentacles, of like, you are sorry, I feel like my brain is being weird. But I feel like the 3 of Pentacles is about being able to build something. And so I feel like you were trying to build something before. You were trying to make something happen before, and then it ended up just completely going the opposite of what you were expecting. But that doesn't mean that you can't rebuild something else. That doesn't mean that like you are not going to be able to experience positive things from here on out. Like you still get to, like, it's like you went to the right and now you get to go to the left, and like the left is gonna have so many better things for you. We've also got Library, take control of your own narrative. I think that that's a really great card because you are in control of your own life. You are in control of what you do. Oh, and then the Confidence card came out again. But yeah, you are in control of what you do in your own life. You're in control of how things go, how things turn out. You're in control of like what you want to make happen for yourself. Because if this is something that you really want, just because it didn't happen with this specific situation does not mean that you can't go and build it up better somewhere else. Like, I'm not going to tell you to quit your job if it is a work-related thing. Like, maybe you need to quit your job. Maybe that's a thing. Don't tell anyone that I told you that. Like, you know, maybe you need to find something better for you, something you can do where you're going to be respected, where you're going to be taken care of, where you're going to be safe. If it's like a relationship sort of thing, maybe this person is not meant for you, but somebody else is. Don't lose hope that something can work out for you, that you can have everything that you've ever wanted. This reading is so long. I'm so sorry. It's also probably because I keep rambling. I don't think anything else wants to come out though. Okay. The next deck. This is, sorry I took off the lid, but this is the Healing Waters Oracle. Anything that wants to come out for group number 3? Okay, so we've got follow the stream, dedication, trust, future rivers and oceans. And then water codes, ancient wisdom, the intelligence is within you. I think that's also kind of funny because when I was doing the last deck before I put the cards away, there was also this card on the bottom which says voyage, you already have all the answers. So I'm like, that's literally the same. And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna read it. And then I'm like, it literally says the intelligence is within you, which I'm like, that's like basically the same thing. You already have all the answers. You have the intelligence within you. You know where you need to go next. You know what the right answer is. You know yourself. You weren't even wrong. Like, I don't even feel like the things that you thought about the situation, that you believe to be true about the situation, like, I don't even think that you were wrong. Like, I feel like there was, even if it feels like, or like it seems like you were wrong, I feel like there is something else going on beneath the surface that you are not aware of, that it's because you, like, you weren't wrong. Like, I feel like there was something going on. Like, if you feel like there was something going on here, I think it's because there was. Like, I think that your intuition was correct about the situation. It just didn't happen exactly how you thought it was going to do. Like, you were meant to be in this situation, if that makes sense. Like, even though it didn't have a positive outcome, it was meant to happen. And I feel like it's kind of a learning opportunity as well, but I'm also sensing that, sorry, my septum is bothering me for some reason. I also feel like there was something about this situation of like I guess like the hints that you had that this was going to work out in your favor, that this was going to be good. The things that told you that, I feel like is going to be similar, like in the future. There's going to be another opportunity that it has all of those same signs, but in this case it's actually going to work out. And so it's like your body knew, your mind knew, like your intuition knew that those are the signs that something is going to work out. It just happened in this particular instance that it didn't, but it's going to in the future, if that makes sense. Like, the same things are going to happen. Like, you're going to get those same hints, those same clues, those same like indications, or like reassurances. Like, somebody's going to talk to you in the same way. Like, if it's a relationship, they're going to say those same sweet things to you. They're going to have the same signs. They're going to have the same like sort of general things that may have been hinting to you that this thing was going to work out in your favor. Or like if it was a job, like you're going to get the same affirmations at work. You're going to get the same like just like there's just going to be those similarities that exist between the two things. It just happened that this was not the right one, but there's going to be another one in the future where it does end up working out. Yeah. And then last but not least, this deck, Cards Against Anxiety. So this is literally just like kind of like coping mechanisms when you were experiencing anxiety, and these are just like little hints and tricks that you can do to calm your anxiety, because we all have anxiety sometimes. So this is just how we can get through that. So what does group 3 need? That was a lot. Okay. Square breathing. This one is breathe in, count 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, and again. Then we've got let it rip. Free your mind from those anxious thoughts by writing them down. Once you've gotten it all out, rip the paper into tiny pieces and throw them in the trash. Hands on. Feel your way to peace by tracing a path around the thumb and fingers with a finger from your other hand. Breathe in and out as you move up and down the fingers. Body scan. Sit or lie down. Notice what you can feel in your feet. Work up the body, noticing the feeling in each part. Don't judge or try to change anything. Water. Let the calmness flow in and the anxiety flow out as you slowly drink cold water. Focusing on the feeling as it passes down your throat can distract your mind from worry. Bliss out. If things are tough, think of a time when you felt happy and free. Research shows that you can boost your mood by reflecting on a positive memory. What's your favorite bliss moment? Oh, I'm like, let me show you so you can pause and read it if you need. Hello, focus. Why is it not focusing? Do I need to do the beauty guru thing? I did need to do the beauty guru thing. Hilarious. Okay, that is all that I have for you, group number 3. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hello, group number 4. If you chose the gate, this is your reading. So first we're going to do a little energy check-in and kind of see where you were at right now, so you can determine for yourself whether or not this is your pile. So let's just go ahead and see what is going on right now with group number 4. What is happening with group number 4 right now? Whew, that was so many cards. All right. So we've got the 8 of Swords, the Emperor, the Chariot, the Moon, the 10 of Swords, and the 2 of Cups. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like you have had your heart broken recently. This is giving me the energy of a man has fucked up in some sort of way and made you feel really sad. I feel like this is like you thought that this person was your soulmate, you thought this person was your twin flame, you thought that things were gonna work out, and they're not. And it's been making you feel really sad and anxious. And I feel like it's maybe made you feel a lack of trust for yourself and your own intuition, but also a lack of trust for the universe, or like your spirit guides, your deities, whoever, like fill in the blank for you. But I feel like it's made you lose faith in them and trust. Like it's made you kind of doubt their influence in your life and wonder what this is all for, because I feel like it feels like a really deep anguish within you from this situation. Like it was like I feel like you always kind of like pride yourself on your intuition and be like, okay, my intuition is so good, I can trust myself, I love myself, I'm amazing. And then whatever, like I just feel like this situation just went not at all how you were wanting and expecting. Yeah, I think that's really all honestly, that was like really short. I'm like looking at it's been 3 minutes. But that's all I'm getting for your energy check-in. So let's go ahead and move on to the oracles and see. I'll ask really quick just before we move on if there's anything else that wants to come out with the tarot for group number 4. Okay. So I got the 7 of Cups, Judgment, and then the 9 of Swords. I feel like this is kind of like the calm after the storm. Like, this to me feels like almost like the universe had this happen so that you could free yourself from something. Because I feel like you were feeling very constricted within whatever connection this was for some reason. Like, maybe you felt held back by this person, or like you felt like you had to behave a certain way for this person or for this connection to work out, or you had to be a specific way, you had to have these specific goals, these specific dreams that doesn't align with you. But like, even if that is like not completely the truth, I just feel like there is something where it, like, because of this connection, you weren't being authentic and you weren't holding to your like closest version of who you are as a person. Like, there's something where you were not freely expressing who you are. And so with the 7 of Cups, it to me is like positive for the future of like, I feel like this person was just like a stepping stone to get to what you're really wanting. Because like, to me, the 7 of Cups in this situation is like these things that you were compromising with and like settling with this person. I feel like you don't actually have to settle. And like, there needs to be some sort of relief for you because you don't have to settle for those things and that mistreatment. Like, maybe this person wasn't like texting you as much as they should have. Maybe this person, when like they weren't keeping up with you as much as they should have. They weren't talking to you as much as they should have. They weren't like doing romantic gestures very much. They weren't, there was just something where they were lacking. Even if it's like, this is shallow, but like, maybe it's not shallow, I don't know, but like, oh, maybe they're shorter than you, and like, you just didn't like that, but you were like willing to compromise because you liked this person. But it was like in the back of your head, you were kind of sad because you've always like dreamed of having somebody that was like taller than you to like sweep you off your feet, like the Prince Charming, whatever. And so I feel like this person was a stepping stone, and it's like there's actually somebody in your future that has way more aligned with not only what you want for yourself, but what you need for yourself, of like what the universe wants to give to you. And so that feels like really positive to me for you moving forward. Like, I feel like that is like, this has been really hard, but it's not going to stay that way. And like, I've done this before when I have a crush on somebody where like in the back of my head there's something that I don't like about them, but I ignore it because I'm like, oh, but like I like them anyway, or like it's fine. And then when like I stop liking them for whatever reason, I'm like a little bit relieved that I didn't have to settle for that thing. And so I feel like that's kind of you right now. Let's move on to the oracle decks. This one we're going to take a look at is the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle. So let's see what needs to come through for group number 4. We have Lioness, You've earned all your stripes. That's really cute. I also like that the stripes that she has are stretch marks. We have escapist, come home to yourself. Maybe there was an aspect of this person where like you weren't able to be weird, if that makes sense. Like you had to be like more normal around them, or like dim like your interest in spirituality, or like some sort of like nerdy interest. Like you had to dim yourself for this person for them to like you, but you don't have to do that anymore. And so like I honestly am like, I feel like it is such a blessing that this like it didn't work out with this person. And so I feel like there's a lot of encouragement to figure out like what it is for you specifically that like you don't have to settle with now, because I do feel like there are things that you had to settle with. And with this card coming out of like you've earned your stripes, I feel like you've gone through a lot in your past and you have earned the scars, if that makes sense, whether those be like literal scars or like emotional scars. You've earned it. You've earned the lessons that you've had. You've learned the lessons that you've had to learn. No, you've earned the lessons that you've had to learn, I think is what I meant to say. But yeah, like you have learned so much about life, about yourself, in the process of all of these bad things that you've had to go through, including this situation. And I feel like you've earned being able to feel confident. Like there is no reason for you to doubt yourself or dim yourself or feel less than, because you just don't have to. Like you are so much more than that. You were worth so much more than that. I also had this card come out, Throne. Your potential is endless. Like I feel like you belong on a throne. Like you have literally accomplished so much in your life. You were so powerful, you were so strong, you were so beautiful, so wonderful. Like you literally deserve so many great things, and I feel like it is such a blessing in disguise that it didn't work out with this person, because I feel like they just were not meant for you. Like I feel like they don't deserve you. Like you're kind of better than them, you know? Like you're kind of a bad bitch, and they don't live up to that. Next we're gonna go into this oracle, the Healing Waters. So many cards. Oh my god. Literally look at all of these cards. Like this is so many. That was literally like half the deck, I feel like. I cannot take all of those. Oh, so much. Okay, one card. Thank you. Plunge. Don't hold back. It's time. Go for it. Dive in. Yeah. Like I feel like that is literally... On the back of the deck, I have the sirens. Use your voice, expansion, freedom. Like, I feel like it's literally such a time for you right now to truly find who you are as a person and like really dive in and explore the depths of your soul, because I feel like you have so much to offer. Like you are such a cool person. You're so genuine. You're so fun. Like you're so exciting. You have so much to offer. And I feel like it's time for you to use your voice and stand up and say what you feel, say what you mean. Like, don't hold back anymore. Don't be afraid to be the weird girl or the weird boy or the weird person. Like, don't be afraid to be the weirdo. Be the weirdo. Feel safe within yourself, because it's freeing. When you're yourself, you feel free. You feel alive. You feel happy. Like, be weird. Express yourself. Wear the weird thing, do the weird haircut, do the crazy makeup, be that person, like express yourself fully, be who you are, dye your hair the weird color, like get the tattoo, like live in the moment, be yourself fully, like express yourself fully, honor who you are at your core, honor your inner child, honor all of these aspects of yourself, and just be you. Last but not least, we're gonna do this deck, cards against anxiety. If you do not own this, buy this. I think it's like $18 or something like that. It's literally, it comes with this guidebook that is just like in-depth coping skills for anxiety and different ways that you can ground yourself. And then it comes with these cards that you can read. I'm not sponsored by this also. I just like genuinely love this. My therapist recommended it to me. But it comes with these little cards that are just like different ways that you can cope and heal. Okay, so we've got shoot the parrot, dissing yourself. Imagine negative self-talk is coming from a bad-tempered parrot squawking in your ear. Then take aim and shoot him off your shoulder. That's hilarious. So you can pause and read. Stand up straight. Point your feet on the floor, straighten your back from the tailbone upward, breathe deeply, and let your shoulders relax. We've got square breathing. Breathe in, count 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, and again. And then we've got BFF yourself. Notice when you're talking down to yourself and then imagine sharing these harsh self-criticisms with your kindest friend. What would they say? Hear their words and let yourself believe them. Sometimes I also do that one where I imagine what I would say to my best friend if she was going through and saying all of the things that I was saying, because then I'm like, then they're like actually words from myself to myself, if that makes sense. So like if I'm feeling really down and like self-criticizing, being like, oh my god, I suck, and she's like, hey, what would you say to me if I said that? I'm like, ugh. I would say that you don't suck. So yes, those are my tips for you to heal, or if you're feeling any anxiety or stress, just to ground yourself into the present moment. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.